I am Noriko Bolford, and this is Uncut News. Before we begin, do you have something you want to leak without revealing your identity? Send us a tip on WhatsApp on telephone number 659-6151. Now for tonight's news. The Auditor General has finished his investigation into the multi-million-dollar Sussex Street bond scandal, and according to him, someone needs to go to jail for it. He recommended that the police be called in to charge those who were responsible for the rental. The AG said $337.5 million Guyana dollars was paid to rent the bond over a 2-year period, and $137.5 million is due on the contract, for which there is no evidence that it was properly terminated. The Auditor General noted that the then Health Minister, Dr. George Rumboogie Norton, said that the facility was required on an emergency basis. However, the investigation found that the government paid $25 million for the months of July and August 2016, even though they didn't even start using it until September, while the last set of drugs were removed on the 24th of October 2018, whilst the JPHC commenced storage of pharmaceuticals from the period of May 2017 and ceased on the 31st of July 2018. So yes, that means for a majority of this time, they didn't even need to use the facility. So hopefully someone goes to jail. But this is Guyana, so who am I kidding? No one's going to jail. Ha-ha! Within hours of escaping from the Lusignan prison, 25-year-old murder-accused Ishaka John was recaptured. John was recaptured along the Monrepo Railway embankment at about 8 p.m. yesterday. The police said they found him after someone gave them a tip. John escaped from the prison holding bay sometime between 2 a.m. and 2:20 a.m. earlier in the day. An investigation was also being launched into the circumstances surrounding the escape. Once again, just as I've said, it's a chain-link fence surrounding a cow pen. It's easy to jump, and he didn't even have one bullet in him, which means maybe you should get better shots as guards, but hey, what do I know? Despite having a literal team of qualified lawyers, blundering Basil Williams' sheer incompetence, and of course the battle following the no-confidence motion, cost the Ministry of Legal Affairs $99.65 million in legal fees for 2019, which means it cost you, the taxpayer, $99.65 million Guyana dollars for 2019. The report said the money was paid under agreement with 3 law firms and 7 external attorneys at law, which I'm pretty sure Nigel Hughes was one of them. Anyway, the report did not name the forms of the attorneys, but said a special investigation was being conducted on the legal fees expended. So again, we'll see what happens with that. But again, since this is dealing with lawyers, I'm sure no one's going to prison. Now it's time to tell you about Best Buy's car of the day. Currently on sale is this 2015 Suzuki SX4 S-Cross. It comes with all-grip 4-wheel drive, steering controls, TV, navigation serial, crystal lights, mug rims, fog lamps, and much more. Pay cash for $5.1 million, or pay down as low as $1,020,000 with around $98,000 monthly, and it's yours. Call or WhatsApp 662-0844 for more info, or visit the showrooms at Lot 171 Peter Rose Street, Queenstown, or Lot 2 Lamaha Street, and tell them Noriko sent you for this sweet deal. After uncovering a set of contraband in the Lusignan prison this week, the Joint Services said, hey, let's go for 2 in a row, and raid the New Amsterdam prison next. Yesterday morning, the police descended on the male and female dorms of the prison before the inmates could even wipe the boogers out of their eyes. Among the items seized were a kilo of cannabis, 15 cell phones, several lighters, wires, earpieces, phone chargers, several razor blades, 3 mirrors, and a tattoo machine. Wait, a tattoo machine? Who keeps giving these people tattoo machines? The cops out in Burpees then said, hey, let's go a step further and take the drug raids to the streets. Officers went up and down Burpees yesterday searching homes and locking up lawbreakers in the ancient county. 6 persons were arrested during the operations, which focused mainly on New Amsterdam, Anker, and Cumberland in East Kanje. Cops found 63.5 grams of Selassie's best and a .32 caliber Beretta pistol. Investigations are ongoing. Good news for you folks in Region 3. Soon you will no longer have to punish with the I-pass they call West Demerara Hospital. Sheriff Medical Center is expanding. This time the company has inked an agreement for the construction of a US $5 million state-of-the-art hospital facility at Lenora, West Coast Demerara. Presently, the company operates Sheriff Medical Center on Sheriff Street. However, this hospital in Lenora will have consultants, doctors, nursing, and laboratory staff with intentions of soon growing into a full-service hospital. It is expected to be completed by the end of 2021. We are now in the height of robbery season. If I were you, I would consider getting security for the home of business. I personally recommend Sheriff Security Service. I find that they are the most professional, with well-trained armed or unarmed guards. Get some security this Christmas, people. Last night, some wanker ruined Christmas for 52-year-old cleaner Anna Marie Harris. According to police, around 8:50 p.m., Harris was walking home on Best Public Road on the West Coast when a brown car pulled up to her. A man hopped out and robbed her at gunpoint. The bandit carted off with the handbag valued at $4,500, which contained $221,000 in cash, along with a cell phone and important documents. Wow, that is truly sad. I hope someone could help Auntie out with a little Christmas miracle. $200,000 is a lot for anyone to lose, especially a cleaning lady. I mean, come on, they don't make anything. Now it's time for today's Runner Report. Today, the nation recorded 8 new cases. The total number of deaths now stands at 162. There are now 4 persons in the ICU and 603 persons in home isolation. The total number of known cases in the country is now 6,266. So, please people, wash your hands frequently. Avoid touching your nose and mouth and mask up before you leave the house. When you do leave home, try to avoid enclosed spaces and large crowds. And remember to give 6 feet of space between you and others. Now, let's take a look at news in the region. Peru's Congress is debating a bill to create a state-owned airline to promote the national airline system and compete with foreign carriers operating in the nation. The initiative came after legislators were concerned about the low investment in local airlines in a nation dominated by foreign-owned companies. Sounds familiar. For years, authorities incorporated foreign airlines to get companies to reduce ticket prices to create competition and attract travelers. However, that didn't work, and the weaker airlines had to close, especially since the Rona hit. According to their aviation authority, 82% of domestic air travel in Peru is serviced by foreign carriers. Great news for those of you who are still looking for an affordable smartphone. Get the DL3 Pro for just $12,000 or the Logic L60 for just $20,000. Both come with 1-year warranty and free Digicel Prime bundle. Available at Cellular Plus in the City Mall, Regent Multiplex Mall, Starbuck Square, Massey Providence, and Massey Turkine. Don't miss out. Colombia expelled 2 Russian diplomats earlier this month without publicly providing an explanation. However, some leading newspapers in Colombia, such as El Tiempo and Semana, claimed that the 2 Russians were engaged in espionage that targeted Colombia's energy and minerals industry in the city of Cali. The city, with 2.2 million residents, is known as the leading economic center in southern Colombia and is one of the fastest-growing local economies in Latin America. El Tiempo identified the 2 Russians as Alexander Paristov and Alexander Belousov. Colombia's Radio W claimed that Paristov is an officer in the Russian Foreign Intelligence Service, the Russian counterpart of America's CIA, and Belousov is a Spetsnaz officer. Russia has refused to comment on the matter, which sounds suspicious. And now for a special Christmas-themed weird news story of the day. It's always interesting to discover the Christmas traditions and versions of Santa Claus from different countries around the world. Austria in Europe has Krampus, the monster who punishes bad little children. Italy has the friendly gift-bearing witch Befana, but it's Catalonia's Christmas present giver who has got everyone feeling an intense sense of confusion. Instead of a benevolent old man with a beard or a creepy little demon, they instead have a tree trunk that poops out presents. Yes, you heard right. Tio de Nadal translates as Christmas log. But it gets even crazier. The Christmas log will only poop out the presents for the good little boys and girls on Christmas Day after the family throws it into the fireplace and beats it with a hot stick while singing a song where you threaten to beat it even more with the hot stick if it doesn't poop out your presents. Wow, and you thought Santa and his elves were silly. Moving on to our Uncut News viewers poll question of the day. Every day we pose a question about current events in Guyana, the region, the diaspora, and how you feel it relates to us. So you give your responses in the comments, and we will read the best ones in the following episode. Yesterday's question was, should the end of the year bonus apply to all public servants, or just the frontline workers and medical staff in discipline services? Dwayne O'Reilly said, no, only nurses and joint services have been working non-stop this year. Anissa Rohoman said, I think every public servant should have bonuses. It makes no sense that one set of servants is entitled. There are nurses, teachers, etc. Every public servant should have a raise of pay. Exactly, give everyone a raise because the pay is criminal. Brayley Mackenzie said there should be no discrimination. Good answers, people. So before we get to tonight's question, brighten up the holiday season and decorate your homes with new stock of vinyl, carpet, rubber tile, leatherette, glasswares, doilies, table plastic, rugs, and Roll Runner easy to clean carpet. Available in many colors, patterns, and designs to choose from. Beat the rush and enjoy the glorious days of shopping at Ravina's and Anand's. Ravina's and Anand's have unbeatable prices. For fast and comfortable shopping, visit them at Ravina's on 17A Water Street or Anand's on 108 Regent Street, or call them on telephone number 225-6595. So tonight I leave you with this question. When it comes to air travel, we are a lot like Peru in the sense that the nation has a list of foreign airlines servicing us, but not really contributing to the economy like they should, while the local carriers punish. Should we too consider restarting our national air carrier, the Guyana Airways? Think about that question and tell us in the comments below. If your response is good enough, we just might feature it in our next episode. Anyway, that's all the time we have for tonight. It's Christmas Eve, so check us out Monday for another. Until then, I'm Noriko Bulford saying, have a great Christmas, and as always, don't drink and drive, or you'll end up on Monday's episode the hard way. Ho, ho, ho! Good night, folks. Hey, Uncut News viewers, thanks for watching. You can subscribe by clicking on this button over here, or click over there for more news. You can also drop a comment to let me know if you've made it to the end of the video. Goodbye for now.